Welcome into Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. We've got ourselves a doozy, one of the best rivalries in Utah County, as the undefeated 11-0, number one ranked Lone Peak Knights prepare to take on the American Fork Cavemen. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited to bring you this contest here tonight. American Fork coming in 10-5 overall, 1-1 in region play. They lost to Corner Canyon, then defeated PG, and that's their 1-1 record in region. But this is a team that dealing with some injuries, but look, they've got some dynamic playmakers. When you look at the senior Emily Evans averaging 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, and then a youngster, a sophomore in Callie Condi, averaging 11 points per game. The 5'5 guard has been spectacular this year for Coach Herod. We're talking about some of the injuries they're dealing with through and trying to overcome. This is a really talented American Fork roster, and one that's going to be a chore to deal with in Region 4. But you want to talk about chores, and it has been Lone Peak, 11-0, 2-0 in region play. We saw them against Skyridge earlier this week in a game that they did not kind of stay on their pace, but the defense was there. They still outscored Skyridge in every period. They never lost a period to the Falcons, and as good as Skyridge was defensively, they still came through with a win. Woolston had 12, Ika with 10, Nawahine with 9. A lot of balance on this Lone Peak roster. Kaylee Woolston, the junior, averaging 21 and 7. She's had a spectacular year. And be interesting to see if Lone Peak can get her going, or if AF can learn a thing or two from what Skyridge did and try to slow up these Knights as we are underway here. Lone Peak wearing the home white uniforms. That drive all the way to the rack for Nawahine didn't go, and an offensive board here by the Knights will keep it with Lone Peak. Nice spin move there by Shawnee Nordstrom, the newcomer to this Lone Peak lineup, as that shot by Woolston baseline won't go. Another offensive board keeps it for Lone Peak. Here's a straightaway three, money. Ika knocking down the three, and I'll tell you, she is so good from long range. Coming into the contest, 52% beyond the arc for Ika on the year. 5'5 junior for Lone Peak as they have the early lead here. Drive there from AF, too strong. Ball is to Nawahine, and she's trying to push tempo here for the Knights. Has help outside. It's Ika to the rim, won't go. And that rebound secured by Lewis as the Lady Cavemen get the clear here. Here's Lewis. Gives that back here to Evans. Evans looking inside. Good find, but just too strong on the attempt from Evans. As Lone Peak up the floor, and Nordstrom too strong. We've got a whistle here, as it will be American Fork basketball. Well, we talked about this rivalry, how good it has been, but American Fork has been on the short end of the rivalry. Lost 7 straight here to Lone Peak. Our last victory was back in January of 2018. Trying to end that streak here tonight as that ball broken up by Nawahine. A little spin move, good defense there in the post from Evans. Oh, traveling violation. We'll give it back here to American Fork. A reminder, the clock on your screen is an approximation. We'll do our best to keep that synchronized with the game clock here. You might see us start early, start it late. That is a manual manipulation on our end as we try to keep that as synchronized as possible. Ball stolen away here from Tanuvasa. Looking up for Ika. The only Lone Peak scorer here tonight is Woolston, tracking that down from the corner. Kaylee Woolston dials up the three. 2 made threes for Lone Peak. And they've got the 6-0 advantage here in the first quarter. Boy, Kaylee Woolston. I don't know if that was a planned gather on the pass or if she just found herself in the right place at the right time. Either way, able to step back and hit the tray. Such a good player, and again, just a junior as that ball launched out of play, and it will go back to Lone Peak. Coach Herod wanting a timeout. He'll get it. Timeout, American Fork, as Lone Peak off to a quick start. They lead AF. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. Musical stylings here from the Lone Peak Band. And back in my day, it was horns and woods. We've got ourselves electric guitars and drums and all sorts of good stuff here at Lone Peak, amps and everything. Going to be a great atmosphere here tonight for Lone Peak and American Fork. Have the boys game coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Woolston here working off the screen. She'll take a long three. Kaylee Woolston showing range, able to knock down her second three of the contest, and it's 9-0 here for the Knights. Drive here from Evans, sends that over. This is Collier. Senior rolling off the screen, that broken up. And a nice find right at the rim, as that was Kalia Evans able to score the first bucket of the contest for American Fork. Nice little move there by Ika, but left that short. Nordstrom sending that over and off the glass. Tanavasa able to score it. Oh, that pass just off the mark. Lost out. Sarah Bartholomew, 6'2", sophomore, coming on the floor here for Lone Peak, as Nordstrom will get a rest here. Ika found space. She'll try for three again. Lone Peak is on fire from long range. The fourth made three for the Knights here, just midway through the first quarter. Shoot 36 beyond the arc as a team coming into tonight, but they are well above that here in the early minutes. And a substitution coming on here for American Fork is Megan Hardman, 5'9" senior, coming on the floor here for Collier. Inbounded with Evans. This Lone Peak defense through 2 region games giving up just 38 points per game, as we've got a whistle here, baseline, the foul called on Woolston, I believe. But Lone Peak wins over Pleasant Grove and Skyridge. Of course, Skyridge was 1-0 in region play when they played, and just giving up the 38 per game in region. So this Lone Peak defense continues to flex its muscle. As at the line here, first shot won't go. Substitutions here for Lone Peak. Nordstrom back on the floor. Rich making her debut tonight. I should say debut in the contest, as that free throw rattles out. 0 for 2 on the trip. Nordstrom trying to shake the defense, steps through, contact there in the paint on Shawnee. And the first foul of the contest called on American Fork. Hackett picking up her first. Throwing in, three on the way. That one won't go. Welcome news for American Fork. Offensive rebound for Lone Peak. And how about Kaylee Rich able to find Woolston again? The third made triple in the first quarter for Kaylee Woolston has Lone Peak off to a 15-point lead. Kaylee with 9 already, averages 21. And what a start after a game against Skyridge where she played well, but kind of struggled to find that consistent rhythm on some of her looks. Had a good night at the line. Is a nice job there by Condi, knocking the long three for AF to get them back on the board here. Stop what I believe was an 8-0 run, as that ball knocked out of play will stay here with the Knights. Substitution for Lone Peak. Ika coming back on the floor here for Nawahine. Looking inside, and Bartholomew just had that one escape her hands. Here's Evans. Ika defending her. Well, that's good quick defense there by Ika as they go get it to the baseline here with Hardman. It's too strong. An offensive board will keep it with American Fork. Hardman again. Gives it with Evans. Condi will come to gather. Sent out here. Here's Condi, extra pass, finds Hackett on the play. Condi again with it. Lone Peak staying with it defensively. This is where next year, of course, if you missed it, shot clock coming to the state of Utah high school basketball. There's 3 on the way there, off target, rebounded by Nordstrom, but that's where that defense is going to be rewarded after 35 seconds. Woolston, I was going to say heat check. Not really a heat check, it was a good look for her. That one just a little off. But she might have got NBA Jam call if she had made that one. She's been really good finding the bottom of the net here in the first. Inside of a minute to go. 3 on the way from Condi. Won't go, and that time Woolston tried to keep it in play, but it does hit the baseline. It'll be American Fork basketball. Lewis back on the floor here for American Fork. Nawahine back on the floor for the Knights. And that last touch, I think, by American Fork. Yeah, out off of Lewis. That was a nice job there by Tanavasa, who came onto that last whistle as well to break that up. .30 seconds left here. Ika again. 9th point for Ika. She and Woolston with 9 apiece. 6 made threes for Lone Peak in this first quarter. Hackett, the drive off the glass. Nice take there for Hackett. Inside of 10, down to 5 seconds left, knocked away. American Fork gets the turnover. Condi looks at the clock, won't get a shot away. And with that, the first quarter expires, but Lone Peak hits 6 threes in the first. They hold 20-7 lead over American Fork after 1. You're watching Lone Peak basketball on Game Night Live Rewind on KSLSports.com. Start of the second quarter. Lone Peak basketball. A blazing first quarter for the Knights from beyond the arc. As they'll start with the basketball here. Tanavasa over to Woolston. She'll try from long range again. Kaylee Woolston, another made triple for Lone Peak. Here's Lewis. Trying to dribble around that defense. Help came. They find the corner to Condi. She'll try the 3. That won't go. Ika with the rebound for the Knights. Pushing tempo here. And Ika tried to hand that off, but foul coming there on the pass. And we'll go baseline here as Lewis picking up the personal. The first personal on Nicole. Second team foul on American Fork. Nawahine, pull it from 8, won't go. And Nordstrom there able to tie it up. No, we've got a foul, my apologies. Nordstrom called for the reach there. First personal on Nordstrom. Second team foul on Lone Peak. Collier back with Evans now near side. Condi for three. Oh, good look. Good look for Condi, her second made three. As American Fork just trying to hang in this game. Trying to kind of buy time for this Lone Peak start to cool off a bit as Ika's jumper won't go. Offensive board and put back for Nawahine. Condi tries to send it out. Collier. Skipped over here with Nicole Lewis. Lewis looking inside, and a foul here called as Nordstrom. Time with the reach. Picking up her second. And Bartholomew comes back on the floor here for Lone Peak. Inbounded here to Evans. Evans looking to free up space. Ika won't give up anything. Good defense there from Ika. Here's Condi. Hackett with the screen. Near side here with Nicole Lewis. Woolston defending her. Ika coming over to help. Now Collier. On the drive here. Tanavasa staying there, and Evans. Now trying to work around Bartholomew. Woolston giving chase to her. Sends to the corner, extra pass. Drive here by Collier in traffic, drawing the foul. Foul called on Tanavasa, her first. That's the fourth team foul on Lone Peak. Tell you, this Lone Peak defense continues to just be tough. Bringing help and double teams and forcing AF to try to find space. And, you know, you try to pass out of it. The Lone Peak defense has been quick to get back in position, take that away. And it's just been tough sledding here for American Fork. At the line. And one of two on the trip. As Lone Peak here holding the 14-point lead. Woolston into Bartholomew. Nice move there by Bartholomew. Recognizing, take the dribble, get a little better positioning. Her size, American Fork not able to take that away. And again, just a sophomore at 6'2", Sarah Bartholomew. She's going to be someone to keep an eye on here in the state of Utah in the coming years, as that was Lindo that had picked up her dribble. Now Evans. Emily will take the three. That won't go. Offensive board here for American Fork, and Collier has that out of play as she lost it. And it will be Lone Peak basketball. Substitution here for American Fork as Kalia Evans, the junior, coming on the floor here. Rich looking in for Bartholomew. Bartholomew off the glass again. And you get that ball in the middle of the paint. Good quick move there by Sarah to get right to the glass, and a nice finish there from the sophomore. Here's Emily Evans looking inside with Kalia. Leaves it for Collier. Collier able to knock down the little 12-foot jumper. Little pressure here by American Fork. Bartholomew able to break it. Nice drive by Nawahine with the left hand, won't go. That ball batted out, and a loose ball foul here going to be called, I believe, on Rich. Indeed, that is the case. 5th team foul on Lone Peak, first on Kaylee. So just one more foul to give here for the Knights in this first half. Here's Nicole Lewis with it. Screen there by Hackett. Works away from it. Oh, what a block by Bartholomew as she stayed right on the hip, didn't give up on the play. American Fork still with it. We've got a whistle here. A foul going to be called here on Rich. Another substitution here for American Fork. Is Hardman coming on the floor here. Collier works up top with Hardman, now near side. Emily Evans, she'll try the three. That rattles out. Offensive board by Condi, fouled on the shot. Excuse me, that was Lewis who was fouled. Nicole Lewis will head to the line here. Ika picking up her first. And 2 free throws now for Nicole Lewis is on the first. Misses that. One more attempt here is Kaylee Woolston checking back in the contest here for Lone Peak. Zone defense here for American Fork. Near side with Woolston. Sends this over for Pope. Back up with Sam. Trying to get this AF defense side to side. 3-point bucket for Nawahine. As we talked about, trying to get that defense to move side to side, open up the perimeter. And Nawahine with a nice made bucket as the reverse there for American Fork won't go. I think that was Collier on the take. Ika pushing tempo here. Nawahine inside, Bartholomew open. Bartholomew again. She is becoming money at the glass for this Lone Peak offense. 34-14 as we're inside of 2 to go here in the first half. That was a ferocious start by Lone Peak's offense as take by Emily Evans. Ran out of room. Woolston on the drive. Kaylee, I think her first 2-point field goal of the contest. She's got 14. Hardman gives that to Emily Evans. Evans on the drive. Oh, count the bucket for Emily Evans. There's contact there from Nawahine, and she'll have a chance to go to the line. Evans will here for the 3-point play. Nordstrom and Tanavasa both coming back on the floor here.
Emily Evans at the line for the Cavemen, shooting 1.
And Evans strong on the free throw. Ball back to Lone Peak. Ika working out. And a foul here on the bump there. Called on Kalia Evans. Her first. As Lindo coming back on the floor here for American Fork. Woolston, the baseline turnaround won't go. American Fork on the run. Here comes Collier. Been that kind of a half. Has it go out off the foot, and it's back to the Knights. Substitution here is Callie Condi coming back on the floor. As we approach 1 minute to go here in the half. 1 minute left. Ika all the way, can't get it to go. Loose ball picked up there by Hardman for American Fork. Here's Evans. Oh, great play and able to get it in. Kalia with a nice finish, but how about the recognition there? Hedge came on the screen and recognizing the opportunity to roll. A nice find there. Oh, nearly had the pocket picked. Good defense there by Lindo. It'll stay with Lone Peak. We got a substitution here. Hackett back on the floor here. In the backcourt, boy, Hackett will foul Woolston here. They still had a couple to give. 18 seconds left here in the first half. Woolston. Working off the screen from Pope. Kaylee right through the paint. Kaylee Woolston with the take. Evans trying to get it back to Condi. She'll give the heave at the break, just off. What a half for Lone Peak. On fire from long range as the Knights hold a 20-point lead at the break. You're watching Lone Peak basketball on Game Night Live Rewind, presented by Heidemann Associates and brought to you by the Riley Jensen Mental Performance Group. Welcome back, third quarter here at Lone Peak High School, and it has been, my goodness, what a first half for Lone Peak. Woolston with 16 points, hit 4 threes, and Ika with 9 points, all of those from long range, as AF has just been trying to deal with the hot shooting of the Knights to start, as Tanavasa leaves that for Nawahini. She'll pull from 12. That shot won't go, and the rebound to Evans. And AF trying to push this up the floor quickly with Collier. Contact there, won't go down. The tap up doesn't go, and Woolston has it for Lone Peak as she's looking up the floor here for Nordstrom. In a hurry, Shawnee able to keep that in, looking for help to Nawahini. Gets it to Tanavasa. But, man, what a first half, especially from beyond the arc for Lone Peak. It's a team that we've talked about coming into the contest, shot 36% beyond the arc, and one of the things that Coach Herod told me before the game said, you know, they shoot the ball so well, we cannot let them get going, and they have tonight. And you know, some of those were well defended, some of those were feet beyond, where you just feel like you've got room there, and Lone Peak felt the same and able to hit them. It's been a impressive shooting percentage performance from the Knights, as that three from Condi won't go, and she has really been the player to try to help lead American Fork here tonight. 6 points for the sophomore on a pair of made threes. And we can talk about the Lone Peak offense, but how about the Lone Peak defense? Limiting AF to just 18 points in that first half. This is an American Fork team that they are 9-0 when they score 44 points or more than 44 this season. 9-0. That is the benchmark for them, is 45. As the reverse lay-in here from Nordstrom, good. And so you know, you got to hold that AF offense below 45. And when that has happened this year, they're just 1-5. And this Lone Peak defense has been on track to do that here tonight, as they hold their largest lead at the contest now at 22. Lewis gives it to Condi, working off a couple screens here. High post, Evans trying to work on Nordstrom. Boy, strong take there from Emily Evans, able to go off the glass. Lady Cavemen rushing back there. In the corner, Ika on the drive. Count the bucket, good for Ika. And she'll head to the line for the three-point play. Bartholomew going to come back on the floor here for Lone Peak. And Sarah has been strong tonight.
She replaces Naya Tanabasa. And number 1.
Three-point play. Collier pulls up from the junction, just short. Offensive rebound. Get it to Evans, and Emily there for the bucket. Off the offensive rebound. Nice job there by American Fork. 6 points now for Evans. Ika finds Woolston from the corner. Kaylee with another one. Needless to say, she's had a good night. I have a feeling you're going to see a highlight on Twitter and social media, Instagram and others for Kaylee Woolston. As we approach 4.5 to go here in this third quarter. And a foul here. Offensive foul called on American Fork as it was Hardman called for the. Well, Hardman's not on the floor. I saw 4, so it must be on Kalia Evans. It is second personal on Kalia. Here's Woolston. Nice crossover. She'll pull up from 15. Kaylee Woolston showing she's got a nice mid-range to her game as well. Able to pull that one up baseline. Been impressive from long range tonight. And now you start to see why, this is a big-time player in the state of Utah. And again, just a junior. So we got one more year with Woolston here in high school basketball. And you talk about a Lone Peak program that Coach Warner been building this thing in the last undefeated team in the 6A ranks. They have their eyes set on goals that been a while for Lone Peak. Is looking inside here, Bartholomew fouled there. That foul picked up by Lewis. Inside Bartholomew, contact there. That ball eventually came off the rim, but an offensive rebound and put back. Coach Herod thought there was contact there, wanted a call, none coming. That ball, it had to be on a channel because that sat on the rim for quite a while. And now we've got a whistle here. Call coming on Woolston, her first.
First team foul on the half. Lone Peak substitution number 4, Michaela Ika replaces number 3, Shawnee Nordstrom.
I'm actually looking to see if Lone Peak has won a girls basketball championship. And Dusty Lidster would know that answer, but he's not with us tonight, so.
American Fork foul. Foul number 24, Kalia Adams, her third personal.
As Kalia picking up her third personal here.
Number 11, Camry Hackett replaces Kalia Evans. Nice pickup.
Pope. Sarah Pope able to knock it down. And the good offensive night just continues. Here's Evans. Kicked out. Hardman trying baseline. Oh, nice step around there, but won't go. Ball batted around. Evans to the floor, but she had stepped out of bounds. And so it will go to Lone Peak. Nawahini back on the floor. And quick foul here. Going to be called on Lewis. Fourth personal there on Nicole. So the junior going to have to come off the floor here. This is Collier checking back in. And a traveling violation. Looking in for Evans, double team there. Able to find Hackett, that just off the mark. Rebounded by Lone Peak. Ika up the floor for Bartholomew. Too strong. Offensive rebound. A second. That one deflected away. And regarded clean block there by the officials. American Fork now with it. Evans pushing up here with Condi. Gets around Ika. She'll try the three. Too strong. You can see the momentum carrying her on the shot. And it will stay here. In the corner, Condi off the front of the rim, knocked loose. Hackett had it and then fouled here on the play. Nordstrom coming back on the floor. Kind of alluded to this earlier. I did not see a state championship for girls basketball here at Lone Peak. And I want to say in the introductions they said maybe 92 state championships in school history. It's remarkable. A lot of shields hanging here in the gym, but I didn't see one for girls basketball, and looking at the record book, don't see one. Could be wrong on that, but certainly the roster this year and next year to compete for one. And the team has made strides in the state tournament the last couple of years. Is that one broken up? Looking ahead here for Shawnee Nordstrom with the finish. In the paint. Oh, nice little scoop there from Collier. On the drive, nice finish off the glass. Down to 10 seconds left here in the third. And a foul here called on the illegal screen there. Gonna go on Bartholomew. Ball will go back to American Fork. 8 seconds left here. Thrown into Evans. Evans around the screen. Emily, all good find over to Hackett. Blocked away. And with that, the quarter expires. The Lone Peak defense doing what it has done. Quarter ended 54-24. Start of the fourth, a 30-point advantage for Lone Peak. And for those that had concern after the game against Skyridge, we'll put those to bed. The offense has been clicking tonight for the Knights. There's Tanavasa there able to score on the first offensive possession here of the fourth quarter, and then able to keep that in play off the turnover. Inside, Ika sends out Kaylee again. Oh, just off the front of the rim. I was hoping that was going to fall. It would have been, what, her fifth or sixth made three tonight? 23 points for Kaylee Woolston. As that, Nordstrom trying to block it, getting whistled here for the foul. And that will send Hardman to the line here. Third personal on Shawnee. And that the fourth team foul on Lone Peak. 5 team fouls on American Fork. His first free throw there for Hardman, good. One more to come. And that just rims out. Woolston with the board. That shot won't go. Rebounded by Lone Peak. Here's Nordstrom. Nawahine gives it back. Kaylee will try again from long range. That just off the mark. Offensive board from Nordstrom. And a foul here on the drive. Talk about Lone Peak. Defeated Pleasant Grove, defeated Skyridge. The last undefeated team in region play in Region 4. And next up for the Knights, they will take on Corner Canyon. Chargers were 1-1 heading into games tonight, having defeated AF. Meanwhile, for the Lady Cavemen, doesn't get a lot easier. They'll go take on Westlake. And I'll tell you, those Lone Peak Westlake games should be good tests. As a nice drive there from Collier. But that Westlake team has some height, has some good guards. I mean, there's no doubt. Well, I shouldn't say there's no doubt. In my opinion, the three-point shooting from Lone Peak still in their favor. But could be an interesting matchup, in particular in the paint. There's that bucket from Tanavasa. 58-27 as we're inside of 6 to go. Collier. Help there as Nordstrom came out. Oh, nice hesitation there by Evans to get to the rim, but left it short. Rebounded, knocked away by Hackett for American Fork. And the Lady Cavemen pushing tempo here. Condi thought about the three, now looking to drive. And, oh, count the bucket. Oh, I tell you, Nawahine's trying to stay vertical there, but Condi able to draw the contact, scores it. And she'll head to the line here for the three-point play as Nicole Lewis going to come back on the floor here. Remember, she picked up her fourth personal back in the third, so she's playing with 4. Condi's free throw off target. She knew it immediately. Lone Peak with the board. Woolston able to shake Collier. A little step back J there. Baseline won't go. Offensive board from Nawahine off the glass. 2 more. Nawahine now with 7. Feels like she scored more than that tonight. Huh? But according to our scoreboard here, 7 for Nawahine. Try to get that back to Hackett. Ball's on the floor. Hackett. Oh, we got a timeout called here from American Fork. Good call as Hackett was nearly out of play. Timeout, American Fork.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back. Make 2022 the year of you. To learn how you can qualify for $2,500 in scholarship, visit wgu.edu. Education on your pace at Western Governors University. Nice block there by Tanavasa, and then tried to throw it out. Lone Peak basketball. Here's Tanavasa over with Nordstrom. She'll try the three. Shawnee Nordstrom with a made three. And right now, Lone Peak, everyone contributing long distance tonight. Lewis thought about the three, works it back to Hackett. Now Emily Evans trying to drive off the glass. Nice take there by Emily. She's up to 8 points tonight. Her and Condi tied for the lead tonight for American Fork. As that shot won't go. Offensive board by Ika. Collier has 7 tonight. It's been that trio contributing for 23 of the 31. Here's a drive. Nawahine too strong, and Nordstrom, boy, she had that, but just couldn't keep it in play, and it will go to American Fork. Get it back to Condi. Nice job there by Condi. Ika, she started that first half so well. As a foul here on the take from Woolston. And we're going to see Woolston head to the line for the first time tonight. 95% from the line this season for Kaylee Woolston. That has been the one thing for AF. They've not sent her to the line a lot tonight. That was where she did a lot of damage against Skyridge. I mentioned she had the 12 points, and I'd say probably had half of those at the line as mass substitutions here for the Knights. And looks like Woolston will come off as well, should she make this free throw, which is not automatic, but it's a pretty good likelihood, which she does. 2 for 2 for Kaylee. She'll come off with 25 points tonight for Lone Peak. Was the national record setter. Kaylee was last year for free throw percentage. As that shot missed, Lone Peak trying to make them pay. Is this deflected out? They say last touch by Lone Peak. I thought Evans might have been the last to touch it, but of course that's far side of the floor, and I'm blocked. It's AF basketball. Here's Collier looking to drive, count it. Bucket good is Meg Eaton trying to stay vertical there, but into the shooter. She'll pick up her first, and Collier to the line. Free throw won't go. And we've got a dual possession here. So Arrow will keep it here. Here's Evans. As Bartholomew defending her. Emily will try the three. And it will be Lone Peak basketball. 2.5 to go. Reminder, we'll have the boys game for you tonight. Lone Peak and American Fork. These two teams looking for their first region wins. Eaton will try baseline from 15. That won't go, and a whistle here underneath. We'll walk down and shoot free throws. The foul called here on Rich. The 7th team foul on Lone Peak. AF also with 7, so free throws the rest of the way in the contest tonight. Front end of that good. One more coming here for Hackett. Camry 2 for 2. Lawrence moves over with Eaton. Rich came up top. They looked for entry for Bartholomew. Couldn't connect. Now Hackett out on the break. A little step through by Hackett, and she draws the contact again. She'll head back to the line here. Foul given on Lawrence. Be her second.
Number 11, Henry Hackett shoots 2.
And 2 free throws here for Camry. First is good. And second one just rimmed out. Pope being hounded there by Condi. Maybe we get rid of it. Lawrence will try the long 3. Katie Lawrence from long range, hitting her or getting her first points of the night. Pushing it back up to a 30-point differential. Lone Peak team wins over Harriman, Springville, Bingham. As that shot, couldn't tell if Bartholomew got a piece of it or not. Certainly disrupted it if it wasn't deflected. But now inside of a minute to go. An offensive foul here, yes, called there on Bartholomew.
Her second personal, 9th team foul. Cavemen inbound.
50 seconds left here. Here's Collier. Nice job there by Emily Evans, fronting on the play, but couldn't finish it, and it will go to Lone Peak. Lawrence into the front court and overran that a little bit. Now we're going to get a whistle here. Contact call, and we apologize. The clock never started, so we're just going to let this cycle down for you. 30 seconds remaining. We've got 2 free throws coming up here. 10th team foul. American Fork now in double bonus. Collier at the line. And first free throw good.
Caveman substitution, number 14, Megan Hartman checks in. For number 21, Emily Evans.
You know, I was talking with Coach Herod before the game, and we were talking a little bit about Kaylee and how you try to match up against this Lone Peak lineup. He said, you know, we know she's so good. We don't know if we can stop her. We'll try to limit everybody else on the floor. And, I mean, you think about the start of this game, Nawahine and Ika, you know, Tanavasa played really well tonight. There were a lot of contributors from Lone Peak, and Woolston's going to get a lot of the credit. You're going to look at the box score, see the 25, and That's deservingly so. But when you think on that first quarter, and Ika came out blazing, I think they both had 9 at the end of the first. Man, it was a lot of players tonight for Lone Peak that really helped to create that separation. And in the end, American Fork just not enough to get back and handle it. And it's 1 for 2 on the trip. And 69-40, our score here. 3 from Condi. The sophomore hits another one. And I'll tell you, we talk about young players making good impressions like Bartholomew. And Callie Condi has made that impression tonight. She's been good from long range for American Fork. As the clock down to 2-1, and that will do it. 69-43, Lone Peak back to form here tonight against their Region 4 rival, as Kaylee Woolston leads them with 25 points to help Lone Peak remain undefeated. Player of the game, Kaylee Woolston. I think it's pretty easy to justify there with her 25-point night and the shooting we saw from her from long range tonight. Congratulations to Kaylee on being our player of the game, and to Lone Peak for improving to 12-0 on the season, 3-0 in region play. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. I want to thank you for joining us here as Lone Peak defeats AF 69-43 on Game Night Live Rewind, presented by Heidemann Associates and brought to you by the Riley Jensen Mental Performance.
All right, talk to you later.